Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, traders. Thank you for tuning in from across the globe. Thank you so much. Hey, this is video number 2191. We're getting up there on videos, coming at you on a Tuesday night for trading Tuesday night through Wednesday, November 11th. That's 11/11/2020. Before I cover the topics on the board, you must know that trading is risky of any nature at all. I don't care if it's stocks, options, futures, you name it, it's risky. So these days, volatility through the roof, put your stops in first, never trade without them, and please know that if you're going to trade any of these markets, use money that's earmarked to be lost in case something goes wrong. So what's going on out there? So for trading on 11/11, the OMNI out of nowhere is getting some buy signals along with sell signals. So Nasdaq, absolute sell signal. Russell, I'm getting a buy signal. And some of them are kind of neutral. So it's not as bad as it looked a couple of days ago when I showed you, we've got some down move coming. We had some down move. And I'm not saying it isn't going further on Friday. What's tomorrow? Today's Wednesday? Tuesday? I'm not saying it's going further on Wednesday. But what I am saying is that it sure does look ugly out there in that Nasdaq. But the Russell, you never know, it might catch its legs. So we're going to play it by ear. I don't know if we're going to sell Nasdaq or buy Russell. We'll see what sets up. So join me at livewithoscar.com. Come into my free trading room, and I'll let you know what we're going to do on Wednesday. Grains, however, unlike what's getting slightly confusing now in the indices with buy and sell signals at the same time, the grains are looking really good, thank you to the U.S. dollar. Soybeans, soy meal, wheat, corn, it's starting to go. It's looking good. Dollar's still getting hammered. Almost every day it goes down, making inflation, if you will, in our grains prices. And if the dollar continues to go down, we'll get inflation all over the board eventually. But for now, it's subdued, but it is happening in the grains. And I'm going to show you charts in the indices in the grains right now. So with no further ado, let's go look at some charts. Traders, your Nasdaq, if you've been watching my videos for weeks, I've been pointing out the head and shoulders, the head test, the big crack we had, the second test, another crack. There are targets if the Nasdaq wants to continue. You've got 10,650 right about here. And you've got 9,800 to 9,775, which would put it right about here. So if it wants to crack, those are your targets. And we do have sell signals in the Nasdaq for trading on Wednesday. And as you can see, take away all that voodoo and just put simple support resistance lines. And you ran into major trouble right here and have been dropping since. And the OMNI is telling us if you wanted to trade Nasdaq, you would sell rallies on Wednesday. But then there's Russell. While I'm getting a sell OMNI in Russell, I'm getting a sell OMNI in the NASI, I'm getting a buy OMNI in Russell. Odd, right? So I don't know if I'm going to actually buy it or not. We'll see what happens when it whips around tomorrow. I would sell the Nasdaq on a big rally, or I would buy the Russell on a dip. We will see what happens, or no trading, because we might be able to get away with a play in one of these markets. Soybeans looks fantastic, was in this channel. See that channel here? Broke out of it into the big green channel, and look at this average. It just bounces off that average like it was meant to be. When it got above, it turned into a bull flag and just continued on. Bounces off the average. That looks good, right? Then you've got soy meal. Well, corn. Soy meal will be in there somewhere. You've got corn. Look at this rally up here. Look at this wonderful channel it's been in, and look at how it's bouncing off that average. And then we can look at the soy meal. And once again, like soybeans, in a smart channel, bouncing off the average like crazy, and buy signals from OMNI all over the place. So I like what I see in the grains, and I think most of it is because of this U.S. dollar. Look at how it's just been getting hammered and hammered and hammered. Nothing good here except for you went into an almost flat for a while. But this would actually equate to one big bear flag, which would then, right, you can see the flag here. This is the flag pole, and that would equate to lower levels anyway. So nothing really looking good in the dollar, which makes markets like the grains look good to me. So You've seen the charts. You've got my reasoning why I am going to play the Russell, maybe from the long side, and maybe Nasdaq from the short side, or maybe no trade there at all. We'll let that set itself up. And the grains, if I can find something in those grains, I'm getting in because that looks like a good run. Join me live with Oscar.com or futurestraders.com. It's the same site. Find me in my live trading room. No credit cards, no nonsense. Join me there. I spend my life there. Why don't you spend some time with me and we'll go through these rough and tumble markets together. Thank you all for tuning in. Please subscribe to these videos, like, share, you name it, get them across the internet. Again, join me in my live trading room. And then, if you're trading, and I know it's nerve-wracking, once you've got a trade on and the market's moving, especially if it's going against you, say this to yourselves every morning, every afternoon, every evening, and by now you should know what that is. Stops are in. However, emotions are out. Rock and roll traders, thank you for tuning in, and I will see you all for my next video. Past performance is not indicative of future results. Futures trading is risky and can cause substantial financial loss. We do not claim or guarantee that you will profit from the information provided.